A surprise for Henry.
Mr. Williams put down the phone. He said,
"That was the police. It seems that Bill and Ben created a disturbance at the internet cafe and they have been arrested. They didn't catch the hacker, of course. Why doesn't that surprise me? Well, they can stay at the police station until we find the hacker."
There was no reply from the others. Robbie was sending a text message on his mobile phone to his friends to say why he hadn't met them that afternoon. Joe was talking to Belinda.
"Will you go out with me tonight, Belinda? There's a great hamburger place near here."
Belinda smiled at him.
But you're only 15, Joe. I'm too old for you.
"I'm very mature for my age,"
He replied quickly.
"Come on, we'll have a fantastic time. I'll pay and..."
Their conversation was interrupted by the hacker.
"Congratulations, Henry. You've solved the second puzzle. I suppose Robbie helped you again. It's a pity those security guards aren't as intelligent as your son. They failed again, didn't they? Henry, there's still another puzzle to solve. If you solve it, you will discover my identity. I'll send the message later. First, you need to relax and cool down. Are you ready for a surprise? BFN."
A surprise? What does that mean, Mr. Williams?
Asked Belinda,
"I have no idea, but I'm sure we'll soon find out."
replied her boss. All the staff had gone home at 5 o'clock as usual. The offices were silent. He was suddenly very tired. His eyes began to close. He was on holiday in the Caribbean. He was on the beach. It was hot and sunny. There were no clouds in the sky. It was too hot, so he went swimming in the sea to cool down. He was wet, very wet. Mr. Williams woke up. He was wet. Was it raining in his office? He heard Belinda's voice.
Mr. Williams, what's happening? I'm all wet. Where's the water coming from? My hair and clothes are ruined.
Mr. Williams answered.
"This is our surprise, Belinda. Our friend the hacker has started the sprinkler system. Very funny. Let's get out of here."
They all ran out of the office and went downstairs. Joe tried to console Belinda, and Robbie wanted to know if he could go home.
"Please, Dad, it's late, and I want to watch TV tonight."
"Not yet.
Replied his father.
We still have another puzzle to solve."
"What do you mean, we, Dad? You haven't done anything yet."
Replied his son sarcastically. Mr. Williams looked at his son, but he knew that Robbie was right. The boys had solved the first two puzzles. In the distance, they heard a siren. Was it the police? Mr. Williams and Robbie went to the doors of the bank. Slowly, Mr. Williams opened the door.
Where's the fire?
Mr. Williams opened the door and 3 firemen ran into the bank.
Okay, where's the fire?
They said. Mr. Williams was very confused.
"What do you mean, fire? There's no fire here. I think you've made a mistake."
The firemen were not convinced.
"Mr. Williams, have you forgotten that a bank's sprinkler system was connected to the alarm at the fire station? The sprinklers started, the alarm sounded, and we came here to put out the fire. Now, where is it?"
This time Robbie spoke.
"There is no fire. The sprinklers started because there must be a problem with the system."
"Yes,
Added Mr. Williams.
I'm so sorry that you've come here for nothing."
"Well, I must say I can't see any fire. We'll come back tomorrow morning to check if there's some kind of problem with the sprinklers."
The fireman replied.
"You're working very late tonight, Mr. Williams."
He added.
"Yes, we have a lot to do."
Came the tired reply. When they had gone, Mr. Williams told Belinda that she could go home. He opened the door for her, and Robbie tried to go out at the same time. His father pulled him back.
"I need you here,"
He said.
"Let's go back to the office."
"Oh, Dad."
Robbie protested, but he followed his father upstairs. It was 4 o'clock in the morning when the final puzzle arrived. Robbie and Joe were sleeping on the floor. They had been too tired to stay awake. Henry Williams forced himself to look at the computer screen.
Hi, Henry. Here's the final puzzle. You have to read these sentences about a famous person and find the 4 words. Puzzle number 3. The first word is his first, but it's your second. The second word is a barrier, but also a way to enter. The third word is the baby, or is it a monster? The fourth word is where it all began. Now, take the first letter of each word, then add the letters I and A. You now have 6 letters, and in these letters you will find my name, PFN.
It was incredible. A few hours ago, everything was fine. Now someone wanted to destroy his bank and his life. Why? He touched Robbie gently and said,
Robbie, wake up. The last puzzle has arrived. We've only got a few hours to solve it.
There was no response from his son, who continued to sleep. Mr. Williams tried to wake Joe, but Joe simply mumbled in his sleep.
Belinda, do you want a hamburger or a cheeseburger?
Mr. Williams sat with his head in his hands. The boys were sleeping, and he couldn't wake them. What was he going to do? He looked at the clock again. It was already 4:30. Then another email arrived.
Come on, Henry. Admit it. You've lost. Soon I will start to empty the bank accounts. Who shall I choose first? Perhaps the police station? Or maybe I'll choose Mrs. Miller, the poor old lady from the library. No, I think I'll start with the town council. It's the end of the month, and wages must be paid.
Was the hacker right? Was this the end?